Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
We are live from the 10th anniversary celebration of the HEMI Hideout in Brookshire, Texas, USA. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, and we thank you for joining us today. Coming up inside, the behind-the-scenes people with who have helped create the ultimate man cave, the HEMI Hideout. Konrad will have the In Wheel Time Car Clinic, and I'll bring you some more of this week's automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Konrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin, and our fabulous chief engineer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us today. Obviously,
I have a question.
It's all the liquor
for you.
I've been drinking this morning. What?
We've been calling this a man cave. There's things in here for women to look at and women to do. There's
me.
There's all kinds of things back here that we haven't explored yet. Konrad just threw up in his throat. But there's other things back here for. There's a nice lounge area. I mean, it's not just man cave.
Well, I know.
And there's women hot rodders. So
yeah, no, I
just want to clear that up.
Okay.
But people understand what a man cave is.
Well, I think that most guys know what a man cave is, but maybe not all women.
This is one worth coming to.
Well,
and this could be maybe a young lady's first time here that becomes a car person.
A family outing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a man cave in the respect that most guys are car guys. You don't find too many women, or at least not back in our day, that were into cars. I think that certainly has evolved, thank you. Forced in some ways, because I know that I've forced my daughters to at least take care of their cars, for the most part. So there's that.
Hell, it's more than that, yeah.
It is. So joining us now in the In Wheel Time remote studio, Don McCoy is the Chamber of Commerce president out here in the Brookshire area?
Fulshire, Katy, yes, sir.
Fulshire, Katy.
Yes, sir, but we do cover the whole area, Brookshire, Pattison, Katy, Simonton, so we toss a big pond here. We're a big area.
Well, I will tell you that Don, right while we were at a commercial break, informed me that his mother is much more famous than he is.
She is.
And she is. And
much more famous than you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because she worked for an advertising agency called Smith Katzen back in the day. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know when that thing closed. 80s?
Yeah, it was something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she worked with Molly Smith, who was a great PR lady here in town that I used to know, and total respect. She's one of those charismatic ladies that she knew every radio, television personality in this town, and if you needed something,
that's right,
you go to Molly, and she would get you with,
expedite it.
She'd make it happen in broadcasting.
I'm talking from presidents down to local celebrities.
Yeah.
I mean, U.S. presidents.
She knew everybody. But at any rate, we regress.
Yes.
And let's talk about Chamber of Commerce out here. And,
okay.
I know that your relationship with John goes back a number of years. Matter of fact, he's got you down here as one of the masters of ceremony for many of the fundraisers that are held.
That's
here.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. It's been I moved back here from the Dallas area.
Of course you did, because everybody wants to.
I had to. I worked on the TV series Dallas back in the day, but I worked with Molly and my mother here in Houston, and we went to high school in Deer Park, but finished college at Stephen F. And anyway, finally came back to my home roots and moved out here to the Fulshire, Katy area about 12 years ago or so, and we're living out here, and somehow this chamber position came up. I knew what chambers of commerce were. I just never thought I'd be one as a former actor and advertising guy and marketing guy. And so advertising and marketing is kind of what chambers of commerce does.
That's right. Yep.
And we are connectors. We are influencers and leaders. We're catalysts for business growth, and we're marketers too. So when we started very young with just a few businesses, now we're up to about 650. And like I said, we have members all over the area. I even have a member in the Cayman Islands. It's crazy, isn't it? So
So that's where you go.
There you go.
Okay.
The tax advantages of the Cayman.
Busted.
I got to go visit a client.
Exactly. See you in 2 months.
But you got to drive on the left-hand side of the road.
It don't matter. You hire a driver.
And going around the roundabout is really a challenge.
We don't care anything about. All we care about toes in the sand. That's all.
I
It's
got
about.
you.
Yeah.
So it's been a wild ride, and I was in part of being a chamber. We do events. To help network our businesses all together and get together and meet. And I came across this place called the HEMI Hideout. And
so it was already built?
It was already built. And I kind of had an opportunity to come out here with a church group out of my church at Second Baptist. And I just met John, and I found him to be the most genuine, fantastic. I mean, you feel like you've known him for all your life.
Then you don't know him the way that we know him.
Well, I probably don't.
And he also has a community focus in what he does.
Oh, man, there's no doubt about it. And so I looked at this place, and I said, I don't have to hire a band when I have an event out here. I don't have to hire any entertainment, although I've seen Mickey Gilley perform here. It's been fun. But it's this building, and when you came in, it's more than it was 10 years ago, even now.
Most definitely.
But I go, this building is the entertainment. Mm-hmm. And then you couple it with the unparalleled customer service and friendliness of John and his wife Diane, and of course Shelly, who helps run the place. You feel so welcome when you come here, and when people come here, they're smiling, they're looking at things. I heard you mentioning Man Cave, but let me tell you, over in these offshoot rooms, there's these beautiful crystals and there's things like
That's
that.
What I'm talking about.
The fossils.
The fossils, and the ladies really, like the diner is, you can find a lot of the ladies at the diner having their glass of wine over there. And just to kind of fast forward, I get there's a lot of nonprofits that John lets use his place, and they often need a master of ceremonies or an auctioneer. And I never thought to be an auctioneer. I just happened to be at one of these events one time, and the auctioneer didn't show up and said, "Don, do you think you could do it?" And I said, "Yeah." Okay, so I got up, we raised money, so next thing you know, I'm an auctioneer. But we get in here and meet all the people that are in here, and I said, this is a place that I need to have to build relationships, and it's ROR. What John gets out of this, everybody heard in the business world of ROI, return on investments. Yep. I really think ROR is what he's got, and that's a return on relationships. And what he gives back to the community here in the way of locally, the Hangar and Eyes on Me, a lot of other charity organizations, I mean, that's what life is really all about. I mean, if he doesn't get into heaven, I'll be behind him pushing him in or something. That's for sure. But that's the kind of guy he is.
That's right.
But the HEMI Hideout is a gem, a hidden gem. I still find people when I tell them, hey, I'm going up to the HEMI Hideout for an event. They go,
can we go with you?
Yeah. Well, or they go, what? And then I show them a little, thing online, and they go, holy cow, where's that? That's out there off of I-10, back up in the woods.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
No way. They don't believe it, right? So, and I'll just do a plug. April the 20th, we're going to have an event here for the Chamber. And a lot of the ladies wanted something really kind of fancy. We do a lot of boots and bling or, all these charities kind of thing, which is fine. But they want to dress up. So we're going to do Casino Royale, James Bond style. Oh. And so the ladies get to really dress up. The men get to wear their tuxedos. We're going to have casino tables over here.
I can see that here.
A lot of food. Well, it's neon lights. It's like Vegas.
Shaken, not stirred.
There you go. Now, there you go.
Now, you're going to have to twist his arm, to get an Aston Martin in here.
I told him I'm going to try to find an Aston Martin for him. We got to bring the keys though, and but
they make little ones. They make little Aston.
Well, I can handle that. We'll auction that one off. But like you said, shaken not stirred. We are going to have a shaken not stirred bar, and it's going to be over here at the diner, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And so if you want to find out and come to it, it's open to the public. It's just got to have a ticket, and there's limited availability. Obviously, we can't fit the entire world in here, and it's at FulsheRCady.com. That's our website. That's a small plug. But let's talk about, this place, every time I come in here, I get with John and he tells me something about it. And I go, so tell me about that sign. Tell me about that. Tell me about that, the chuck wagon over there or the T-Rex head. And that table over there. I become almost a what is it called, like a tour guide of this place myself.
Because you've learned the stories about all of these specific pieces.
It's really amazing that he knows everything about everything in this place.
Yep.
To the, not just what it is, but how he found it, where he got it, what they did with it.
The history of it, yeah.
The history of, that Dodge sign that's still in the crate over there. Mm-hmm. He found it in the crate. That's the original crate.
Yes.
So he didn't want to take it out of the crate, so he decided to take the slats off of it and plug it in so you could see it. Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Or the petrified wood table.
That is
some
an amazing.
Some of that stuff is breathtaking.
Have you tried to lift that thing?
No, I wouldn't.
You can't.
Well, it's not only the signage and the memorabilia, it's the cars, because Don did a walkthrough with John just earlier, and it just...
Every car, he knows everything about it. And there's some cars in here that are extremely rare that you don't see anymore. But here's the other thing is, how does he keep them dusted all the time? And they always look so nice and clean. And, I put my car in my garage for one day, and I come back the next, and it's got dust all over it.
This time of year, it turns yellow.
Yeah. Well, and then, then you start looking beyond the signs and the cars, and you look at the architecture. You just were speaking to the architect.
Yep.
And you kind of notice, hey, there's not one metal bolt in the ceiling holding this thing together. They're all wooden dowels.
That's it.
Well, that in alone is an architectural masterpiece.
Exactly.
So if you are a guy or a girl and you're into architecture, you're into history. Mm-hmm. I mean, history is all over these ice cream machines, and even in the bathroom, he's got things, guys. I've seen what's in there. Sorry, it's just for us guys, right?
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's for everybody. I mean, he's got a Viagra machine.
Hey! I didn't say that. It's 25 cents, and it's a dispenser.
Well, Konrad said it was empty.
Well.
Yeah,
I think
because
it's
full of quarters.
Full of quarters.
I think Don Armstrong went in there earlier.
That's right.
But I can't tell you how much every time I come here I just get giddy.
This is one of those venues.
And there's always something new.
Absolutely.
This is one of those venues that you'd like to have everybody that's in the Chamber of Commerce to come out here to know about it.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure that you've had some events like that.
I have. Everybody has come out here. They said, man, how can I have my event out here or do something?
Right.
Now, John's very picky who he lets come out here. There's no doubt.
It's not today. We're here.
Well, that's true.
Not
President
too
company
picky.
Accepted.
Yeah.
But it's really a very interesting to, like you said, you go. I've been here. I can't count how many times I've been here, and I still see things I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Or go look at all the bullet casings over there.
Oh yeah, I saw it last time.
Kind of his new collectible.
Yeah.
I do have one request on behalf of John.
Okay.
Would you please call the Texas Highway Department and ask them what the hell's going on out there?
Oh, what a nightmare that was.
I tell you, well, I will, from a chamber point of view and talking with our local state representatives, this I-10 project is going to get completed.
It will not.
Yes, it will. I promise.
Because they're still digging dirt right down the street over here, and there's no concrete where the dirt is now.
Well, I have faith. I have seen it come a long way, but what's moving out here along this I-10 corridor in the way of these the big distribution houses and things.
Oh, my gosh.
All that is in preparation because of the Freeport, Deepwater Port in Freeport. You have the 36A project, which is a highway that's going to come right up this way. So this is going to be a major offloading when the tankers, or the shipping containers and everything come from overseas. They won't stop.
Go to Freeport.
Well, they won't stop in L.A. They're going to go on down to the Panama because they're dredging out a deep water at the Panama Canal. And then when they come through there, they're going to come straight up the coast to Freeport and into Houston.
Because if they're smart, they're going to do everything they can to avoid California.
Well, good point. And then,
both of my kids live there. So.
Gotcha. So 36A is going to be a highway from Freeport coming right through this area where the HEMI Hideout is and going straight up to Ennis, Texas, which is an inland trucking port. And then all goods can be shipped from a central point of the United States to all points, east and west coast. So it cuts cost. It creates revenue in the area.
Jobs.
Texas is, a hot spot. We're growing. This area is unbelievably big in growth. We have our high schools out here are now. I got one high school in Fulshire that's 4 or 5 years old. They're already putting portable buildings out there. Not to be kind of sad, but I had to go to the ER. Mom's okay, but we had to make a trip there. It was like a war zone in the ER there, and I was like, what's going on? They go, it's the population. We can't keep up. So the hospital
growing faster than the forecasts and everything else.
Absolutely, and but it's going to work itself out. I mean, population brings demand. People used to say, I want to move out to the Fulshire, Brookshire area because I like the small town feel.
Yeah, well, forget
Not
that.
anymore.
Well, once you have these planned communities and $400,000 and $500,000 homes, that's a type of person that needs. I don't want to drive 10 miles to a grocery store. Mm-hmm. So guess what? Let's build some HEBs. Now let's build all the stuff around those HEBs. So it's progress, it's growth, but I think the roads will be done sooner than later.
When?
I don't have a date.
No, you
pin me down.
You, sir, are the connection. Okay, so what is the person's name at TxDOT? Because I'm going to call them as soon as we get off the air.
His name's Don Armstrong.
No, it's not.
Nice try.
Well, I've been out here quite a few times myself, and my trigger in my head was always that little jog right there.
Yes.
And then I knew that was my next exit.
Well,
now the exit, and man, you got to make
a
really
pretty quick right, but at least there's no one coming on the right side. Coming here this morning, since they've kind of shifted everything over to the left side, my Genesis has an awareness thing on the GPS, and it says we have detected a wrong way. You are going wrong way on right. Please make corrective action. I know I'm not. I'm on the road that they put me on.
Yeah.
But you got to be a little careful.
I didn't figure out I missed the exit till I was in Sealy.
Oh, my gosh. Then you had to come.
I'm 10 miles the other direction.
Well, bless your heart. I'm glad now you know.
I hit it at 5:45 this morning. I went, oops, and I just backed up.
There you go. You can back up out here, I think. But it's a wonderful place. You make your way out here. It's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got the signs on the lakes out there that still say fishing is encouraged or something. But
I didn't notice them. But
No.
I understand there's some pretty good fish in the lakes out there.
You got to beat the alligators to them, though.
Probably so. But those lakes are for his heat exchangers. That's what keeps us building
the thermal, geothermal.
Yeah. So there's some really awesome technologies here that he has. He's got those old steam engines also in the back. The John Deere tractors. If you want to see what they used to like, totally restored over here. The Triumph motorcycles. My goodness, what I wouldn't do to drive that purple one right now. But just really a lot of fun. And you can get up close and personal with all the items in here and touch them. And he's got working accordions, from the 1800s, like an old church organ that you grind back there. And every time I go back there, I got to play it. It's what a friend I have in Jesus. That's what it plays. So.
Don McCoy, it's great to talk to you.
My pleasure, Don, and good to see you,
too. Good to see you. Be sure and tell your mom I said hi.
I will certainly do it. Yeah, gentlemen.
And don't believe any of the stories she tells you about him because they're all true.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Don McCoy, Chamber of Commerce President out here in the Katy area. All right. Time now for Konrad's Car Clinic. Yeah, what is in the clinic today, sir?
Well, since everybody talks about batteries, I was going to talk a little bit about batteries in cars and how important it is to keep your battery serviced correctly. When I've trained people in the past, I've always told them you have to look at electricity as water flowing through a hose. So that water flowing through a hose in a car battery is the outbound power to do stuff in the car. And then once the car starts, the generator or the alternator takes over, and the battery is really just a piece of wire in the middle of all of it. So the charging system has to be able to charge the battery. Well, when the battery has all of that, you open the hood and you look at all that crusty corrosion on the battery terminals.
The gunk.
Whose phone is on? Yes, we're listening. Mars phone. You're.
So, when all that crusty corrosion and stuff happens, it's like kinking the hose, the water hose. So now the alternator has to work harder trying to charge the battery. The starter has to work harder trying to draw the amperage out of it to start the car because it's got to get through what's the resistance of that corrosion. So not only does a dirty battery terminal damage the battery and the wires and stuff, it causes long term, it can do some damage to the alternator and starter because they have to work that much harder just to do their normal job. So keeping your battery terminal serviced, I would say once or every 2 years or so is just a smart thing to do. What they'll do is they'll take it off, they'll clean it all up, put a good little battery pad underneath it that's going to have anti-corrosion
piece of felt, yeah.
Piece in it. Well, usually they should be soaked with a material that's going to neutralize the battery acid.
Kind of like a railroad tie.
Yeah. Well, because what's actually happening is the inside of the battery is made out of lead, and as things heat and cool, the lead heats and cools at a different rate than the plastic of the battery body does. So little wisps of sulfuric acid get out, and that's what causes that corrosion.
Does dielectric grease help?
Dielectric grease helps quite a bit because that keeps the humidity from getting into those components. So keeping them clean at least every 2 years to get your battery terminal serviced is just a smart thing to do. It'll make everything else in the car last longer.
Cool. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Well, I got a couple of stories, and I know that get out the tissues.
Oh, no.
Get out the tissues. Mars, get out the tissues.
I'm ready.
It's the end of an era for one of America's most colorful automotive retailers.
What?
The family of Cal Worthington, who died in 2013 at the age of 92, is selling the last dealership bearing his name,
My dog Spot.
Worthington Ford in Long Beach, California. Worthington became famous for airing commercials featuring loony antics with My Dog Spot. The hook was that Spot was never a dog. It might be an elephant, a tiger, a hippo, even a killer whale. At his peak in the 1960s, Worthington ran a retail empire of 29 dealerships that stretched from Houston to San Diego to Anchorage, Alaska. The Long Beach dealership's buyer will rename the store BP Ford, and the Worthington signs will come down this week.
Go see Cal.
Why would you
and
do that?
the question is John going to go buy them?
Oh, yeah.
Where is he?
Where is he?
So we've got a sign tip for John.
Or Otto. Where's Otto?
Otto. True action-packed movie is hardly complete without depicting a
Diane
vehicle.
heard us.
Yeah,
Diane Hurst.
she's going to take care of it.
A true action-packed movie is hardly complete without depicting a vehicle exploding or becoming damaged beyond repair. At least that's probably how director Michael Bay feels. A study by a company called Scrap Car Comparison found the Transformers director is the most dangerous in Hollywood, having wrecked 354 vehicles across his filmography. In his 15 films, he wrecks an average of 24 vehicles per movie. Fast and Furious director Justin Lin ranks in second place, having smashed 135 vehicles.
Well, who did the Blues Brothers?
John
'Cause they
Landis
wrecked a
did the
bunch.
Blues
There we
Brothers,
go.
and he wrecked 120.
There's your answer.
All of them
my
cop
answer.
cars, I think, for the most part.
Dodge
anyway.
Polaris.
Yeah. Golly, what a great movie that is.
One of the best.
Yep. Tesla has opened the first batch of its superchargers to non-Tesla EVs as part of a pledge to share its fast charging network in exchange for subsidies
In exchange for money.
as part of a $7.5 billion federal program
Elon
to
needs
expand
more
EV infrastructure. Tesla said on its official Twitter account that select superchargers in the U.S. are now open to other EVs in a post on Tuesday afternoon. Prior to Tuesday, Tesla only allowed Tesla vehicles to charge at its stations. Well, it's been quite a day out here. And I will tell you that the party is just now about to get started. The guests are invited to begin at 12 noon. And we'll be here for a short time for that, for sure. But our in-wheel time car talk show will come to an end at its usual time here in just a few minutes. But I did want to thank John personally on the air for his hospitality, inviting us out to enjoy the celebration of 10 years of the HEMI Hideout. Mr. Mars, did you have a good time?
I'm telling you, I wish I could get I got teenage grandkids. I wish I could get them over here.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
that's way too early in the morning.
Mars'
That's
battery's
exactly what
running
they
low.
said. I said, she said, what time are you going to leave? I said, well, we got to go by 3:45. She just, shook her head, and put the
That's
covers
about
over
the time I'm going to bed. No, we're not going to do that.
Exactly.
Okay, well, that's okay. Just
hey, go to our YouTube channel, and I'll show you what you missed.
Yeah, they don't care about that.
No, but I can watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go, I did want to give you some of the Hemmings sold cars. 1949 Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Yeah,
Jeff,
baby. Yeah.
$33,000, and it's beautiful.
That's a pretty good price.
Yeah, look at there. 70 Chevy Chevelle.
Sweet.
It looks like a SS. It's $74,000.
Wow.
A 1990, of all things, Chevy Silverado pickup truck, $10,500. It doesn't look bad, but you never know what's underneath it. This, sir, is for you. A 1992 Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser.
Yep.
Sold for $4,700. Buy it today.
Get in line.
It was the same thing as a Chevy Caprice.
Yes, and Jeff,
Another one.
no, this is a 1952 Buick 59. It's called
Woody?
kind of.
Oh.
Sold for $66,000. It's a wagon.
Oh.
And I got that just for you.
Thank you.
You
Jeff
bet.
is our wagon aficionado.
He is. 37 Plymouth, $24,150. It's kind of like the one that John's got back in the back here. And finally, the 73 Ford Mustang off of Hemmings sold, and it looks like it just came out of the backyard. Sold for $1,300 with a lot of patina.
Yeah. It's got the faded hood look.
Patina through and through.
We're going to wrap up today's show right after a quick break. Stay with us here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show from the HEMI Hideout.
Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier car cruise-in returns Saturday, April 15th to the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. Bring your Hot Rod Classic Resto-Mod or any other vehicle you'd like to show and compete for one of 3 highly coveted Chili Pepper trophies. This April 15th kickoff event is one you'll want to put on your calendar because 100% of the money you donate for the free tacos will be given to God's Garage. You heard right, free tacos. Whatever you decide to give, all of it will be given to God's Garage and matched by Lupi Tortilla. God's Garage gifts vehicles to single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military in the greater Houston area. In fact, the Garage will gift a vehicle to a mom in need at this special event. Be sure to attend the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Saturday, April 15th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Free breakfast tacos for any donation to God's Garage. It'll make your heart and your belly feel good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In Wheel Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Konrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InWheelTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast channel.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. When you're online, check out our Facebook page, give us a like, tell your friends about us, share our junk if you would, please. You'll get Konrad's unicorn hunting features along with all things automotive all week long, including new car reviews, upcoming events, cruise-ins, racing events, and other informative and entertaining goodies. You can find the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Be sure to catch the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show on our live video stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and on InWheelTime.com every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central. Daily 30-minute podcasts available from over a dozen of the most popular podcast providers. The In-Wheel Time Chief Engineer is David Ainsley. Our Marketing Advertising Manager and Video Technical Director is We Need More, Jeff Zekin. For Booking Agent and Podcast Poop-Poop-Be-Doop, Mike Mars. Along with Mr. Know-It-All, his royalty, King Konrad DeLong, I'm Don Armstrong. Special thanks to John and Diane Hovis and Shelly Gates from the HEMI Hideout and all of our special guests today on our show. Be sure and join us again for our next live 3-hour In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show Saturday, March 11th, 2023, 8 to 11 a.m. Central Time on all of our In-Wheel Time Car Talk outlets. Hope to see you tomorrow morning, from 9 to noon for Chrome and Coffee at the Avalon Diner at the Fountains in Stafford. Have a great weekend, stay safe, and let's visit again next week. So long for now.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.